Hot dogs are everywhere, from street carts to stadiums to backyard grills. But behind that simple bite is a surprisingly complex process. Today we're heading straight into the factory to see how the real hot dogs are made. No myths, just machines, meat, and smoke. Let's dive in. Part 1. Selecting and grinding the meat. Step 1 is sourcing the meat. Despite the rumors, there's nothing mysterious in a modern hot dog. Most start with high-quality meat trimmings, cuts of beef, pork, or poultry left over from larger processing. These aren't leftovers in the sloppy sense. They're the same cuts you'd find in grocery store ground meat, just shaped differently. The factory grinds them down in massive stainless steel grinders, reducing everything to fine, even particles. Once ground, the meat drops into a huge mixing tank, easily the size of a hot tub, where ice chips are added. That's not just to keep the mixture cold. Cold temperatures are key to controlling the texture. The ice keeps fat from melting too early and helps develop the sticky, smooth emulsion that defines a proper hot dog. Part 2. Spicing and mixing the emulsion. Seasoning comes next. There's a massive stainless steel bin filled with spices. A technician scoops measured portions of garlic powder, paprika, salt, coriander, and sometimes a pinch of sugar. These ingredients get dumped into the meat mix, and giant rotating arms blend everything together. By the end of it, what was a raw pile of ingredients becomes a shiny pink paste with the consistency of mousse. This paste is called an emulsion. It's smooth and elastic, and it holds its shape when scooped. That texture is crucial. It's what gives a hot dog that springy snap when you bite into it. Part 3. Stuffing the casings. Once the emulsion is ready, it's time for stuffing. A network of vacuum-powered pipes moves the emulsion to the stuffing station. Here, an automated machine pushes the mixture into long, continuous casings. These can be made from natural intestines or cellulose, depending on the product. Natural casings are edible. Cellulose ones are just there to hold shape and get peeled off later. The emulsion is pumped in under high pressure, and the machine twists the casing into perfect uniform lengths. Hundreds of hot dogs shoot out every minute, linked end to end like a shiny sausage chain. The links then drop onto a moving belt, heading toward the next critical phase, the smokehouse. Part 4. A quick history bite. While the hot dogs cook, it's worth knowing where they came from. The original sausage goes back over 2,000 years. Ancient Greeks and Romans were making sausages before roads were even paved. One Roman legend tells of a cook named Gaius who discovered sausages by accident while roasting a pig. The intestines puffed up from the heat. He stuffed them with ground meat and spices, and the first sausage was born. Hot dogs as we know them today started in Germany. Frankfurt claims to have invented the Frankfurter. Vienna gave us the Wiener. Immigrants brought those sausages to America in the 1800s. In New York, vendors started selling them from push carts with a roll of bread, making them easy to eat on the go. The name hot dog caught on in 1901 when a cartoonist at a baseball game couldn't spell douchehound sausage and labeled a cartoon of a sausage in a bun simply as hot dog. The rest is history. Part 5. Cooking and smoking. Back to the factory. The linked hot dogs enter a long smoking tunnel. Inside, they're gently cooked with steam and smoke at controlled temperatures. If traditional wood chips are being used, hickory is common. This is where that golden brown color and subtle smoky flavor come from. The cooking lasts about an hour, sometimes less. The goal is to heat the center to safe levels without overcooking the surface. Part 6. Peeling and inspecting. If cellulose casings were used, the hot dogs now move to the peeling station. A machine slices the casing lengthwise and gently pulls it away using a system of rollers and suction. Underneath the hot dog is smooth, glossy, and fully cooked. For hot dogs in natural casing, the peel stays on, giving it that signature snap. Once peeled, the hot dogs go through a quick quality check. Workers scan for color, shape, and size. Any outliers are removed. Some lines even include robotic vision systems that identify imperfect sausages in milliseconds. Part 7. Packaging and shipping. Now it's time to package. The hot dogs move into a sorting chute and drop into trays or form lines that feed directly into plastic packaging machines. Vacuum-sealed sleeves are added, and the air is sucked out to extend shelf life. Labels are applied often automatically. The package now includes the ingredients, the nutrition facts, and the sell-by date. Once boxed, the hot dogs are stored in refrigerated units and then shipped by cold trucks to grocery stores, concession stands, and food vendors across the country. From grinding to shipping, the entire process takes less than 24 hours. Part 8. At home and plant-based versions. That's how factory hot dogs are made. But what if you're making them at home? Homemade hot dogs are surprisingly doable, though time-consuming. You start with fresh meat. Beef chuck, pork shoulder, or chicken thighs work great. It's ground, seasoned, and mixed into a smooth emulsion, just like in the factory. You'll need a sausage stuffer, natural casings, and a lot of patience. Once stuffed, the links are tied, smoked, or poached at low temperatures and chilled in an ice bath. The result won't be quite as uniform as factory-made dogs, but the flavor can be amazing, especially if you experiment with spice blends. For plant-based hot dogs, the process is similar, but instead of meat, the base is usually pea protein, soy protein, or wheat gluten. The challenge here is replicating the texture. High-speed mixers are used to form a fibrous protein structure. Add vegetable-based fats, seasoning, and colorants like beet juice from a pink hue, then the emulsion begins to resemble meat. From there, it's the same deal: stuffing, steaming, peeling, and packing. Part 9. Culture and legacy. Whether you're eating a beef frank at a baseball game or a vegan dog at a backyard barbecue, the process behind it is built on decades of refinement and engineering. And fun fact, in 1939, President Franklin Roosevelt served hot dogs to the King and Queen of England during a White House picnic. It was considered informal, even controversial at the time, but the king loved them and even asked for seconds. Today, there's a whole day dedicated to celebrating hot dogs. National Hot Dog Day happens every July. Vendors offer discounts. Nathan's holds its world-famous hot dog eating contest, and people across the U.S. fire up the grill for one of the most beloved foods ever made. At their core, hot dogs are simple: meat, seasoning, casing, and heat. But the machinery, science, and care that go into producing them at scale is anything but basic. From ancient sausages to modern food labs, from push carts in Manhattan to conveyor belts in stainless steel factories, hot dogs have come a long way, and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. So next time you take a bite of that sizzling Frankfurter, just know it's more than just meat in a bun. It's a tradition, chemistry, and a little bit of culinary history, all in one snap. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at how hot dogs are made, hit that like button, share it with a friend who loves factory tours, and subscribe for more deep dives into the food that fuels the world. See you in the next one.